Okay, so let's try that again. If you're tuning in now and you've only just tuned in, basically I've been having a whole load of issues with live streaming. Basically, I've been trying to. I moved this whole studio around yesterday because I couldn't stream yesterday. So yesterday there was no end of problems with trying to stream because everybody's on lockdown at the moment. Everybody's using up all their broadband, and yeah, there was none left for my stream. So I couldn't stream yesterday, so I am streaming today instead. And actually, I'm going across both Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, it's first time doing that, so hopefully that will go okay. The chat is open if you want to chat. I think I can't actually reply to you if you're on Facebook. For some reason, I haven't got it open actually. Maybe I should have it open. Maybe that's a good idea. I could open it on my phone. But the point of today's stream is I'm making a remix. So that remix that was playing in the background is a remix I did for King Street, and that's going to be finished soon. But today's one is actually a remix of a Scott Diaz track. So I'm doing a remix of a Scott Diaz track for Amplified Records, and I've actually got the original one here. Let me have a look. Yeah, so this is the original track. Awesome track from Scott Diaz called Black Magic. So yeah, definitely a bit of a groover from Scott. That's coming out on. Is that out already? I think that's out already. Then on Amplified, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe one of the guys will be able to tell me in the chat. But yes, that's coming out soon, or is it out already? Scott Diaz, Black Magic, and that's what I'm actually going to be remixing today. When I say remixing today, I'm probably going to do the stream for a couple of hours, mainly because it's really nice and warm outside, and this studio is really going to heat up very, very quickly. So I am going to, yeah, so I'm basically just going to start the remix today and see where I can go with it. So the first thing is, obviously I need to go through the parts. I'm going to get rid of this, start a brand new project up. I don't think I've changed anything. I hope I've not changed anything. And let's see. So actually, let's save it as a brand new thing. Let's save this project first off. By the way, if you want to chat, if you put anything in the chat, I've got this chat here. I've got the restream chat. So yeah, it's restreaming across Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully you guys will be able to drop me a line if you want to. I'll keep checking the chat anyway. I think Facebook guys, I can't actually reply back to you in Facebook for some reason. I think it's read only or something it says. Really strange. I don't know how all this works, to be honest. Yeah, trying to figure all that out. Anyway. So I am going to be doing this remix. So let's just save this project. Black Magic. Let's write it. Black Magic Remix. And then what I'm going to do, open up the current project. And then we actually have the parts already. So I've got all the parts within here. I'm just going to drag and drop them into the project. So yeah, we got all of the parts here. I know Scott is great with kind of putting all this stuff together. So there's going to be some really good stuff in here. So yeah, I'm just going to go through all these parts and kind of figure out first off which I'm going to use. Let's go through these parts and see what we've got. So the bass is quite cool. I like the bass. I might get I might put that to MIDI and see what I can do with that. I don't really tend to use many drums, to be honest. Not from Not from a remix pack anyway. I usually go straight for the music parts, so I might just give them a miss. Let's have a look at the effects. It's really quiet, that one. Some crowd noise. Right, so let's get on to the actual music bits. Nice. Quite like that stab. That stab's quite cool. That's kind of the main signature part of the track, so I'm probably going to end up using that at some point somehow. Cool held strings. Oh, just a little stab. Oh, I like that bit at the end. That's nice. Oh, that's a nice little bit of vocal. Nice, yeah, kind of dirty, kind of vinyl-y kind of sound. That's nice. That's a cool sample. Love that. Hopefully you guys can hear all this. This is a bit quiet, these parts. Generally, when you save off stem parts and stuff, they're always a bit quiet anyway. Cool. There's definitely some parts in there that I'm going to use. Yeah, it's going to be the music parts. I think probably the Rhodes hit, because that sounds like the key part of the track. Definitely the string. The string is cool, and I'll be putting a string in there anyway, so I might just use the string. I'll put the string in there. Nice jazziness. Now the original track's kind of very deep, so I think I want to go a little bit more kind of clubby with this. Really kind of make it a bit more interesting. Right, vocal. Use that vocal. That'd be cool in the breakdown, I reckon. Not sure about that one. I'll definitely end up using that one. That's quite cool too. All right. Yeah, so I've got those parts there. I think the next bit is to actually get the key of the track, because even though it's been labeled up with the BPM, we don't actually know what the key is. So I'm gonna launch mixed in key, and then I'm gonna run some of these samples through. So which one's probably gonna give us the best? I'm gonna run the Rhodes through. See it. Oh, go away. Run that through there, and the string as well. Probably see what the string gives us back. That drop. Didn't drop. And the organ chords. Maybe the stab as well. Okay, so from the organ and the Rhodes hit, we got B minor. And then we got an E minor on the stab. And the string is all. So probably I'm gonna guess at B minor. I'm gonna go for B minor, I think, for this. Just go with that, I think. Right, samples. I've got all the samples within here. Probably should label these up, shouldn't I? String on this. Vinyl Vox. Call it Vinyl Vox. Voodoo Delay. Don't know if I'm actually going to use that one, but I'll keep it in the mix for now. Is that in time? Ouch. That's how I can tell how loud this is. Let me turn this up. Not quite. Ooh, what's going on here? Some warp it. Oh, my tempo's already at 124, so I don't even need to adjust it. Yes. There we go. So I'll use that vocal in there somewhere, I reckon. In fact, some of these, most of these I should have just warped as I brought them in, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't turn it off. Because they're all 124, so. Rename this. Female, yeah, yeah. And this is Gospel Vox. Gospel Vox. Got that. I'm going to turn them off for now. So we got that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to now create like the beats, I think. So I think I kind of want to get some beats going within here. I'm just going to use the string and maybe that kind of dusty vocal just to kind of give me something to kind of work with and get a feeling for the track. Oh. Right, let's get a kick in there. We go into my kicks collection. These are all the ones I've been collecting for ages, from different sample kits, from Splice, from God knows where else. Actually, I don't know. Look at the chat. Is anybody in the chat? Hello. Should I reply to the chat? I'm looking at the chat on my screen, so should I actually be replying to it? Hi. Actually, I should check on Facebook. Actually, probably. Is there anybody on Facebook watching? 3 comments. See, I knew this wasn't gonna pull through because I got a whole load of comments on Facebook, and it's not coming through to this app, which is great. Best keep this open then. I just want to shout out to Daniel, Richard Pablo, Matt. Yeah, sorry if this stream's been a bit on and off because a whole load of technical issues, along with moving my whole studio around, which was a real good idea. So yeah, right, let's get a kick in there. I think I'm going to start with a 909 on this one, I think. Let's get a 909 groove going. Something really simple. Why is that not working? That's really weird. It's 909's not working properly. Oh, this is annoying me now. This 909 kit's not right. I'm going to switch it out for another one. Go for the core kit. Get a groove going as well, because that sounds as static as anything. Turn that off, that's annoying me. For some reason, you seem like my mouse cursor going all over the screen. For some reason, there's something weird going on with my Logitech mouse. For some reason, it just seems to jump all over the screen for some reason. Got a basic groove going there, nothing amazing, just a bit of a groove. Get some top loops in now as well. Get something in there just to fill it out a bit. That's a nice clap loop. I'm gonna double that, the clap I've got. Yeah. Quite like that loop. I don't know if it adds something. I might put it a bit lower in the mix on it. Just adding something on that bottom end a little bit. Okay, got some rough beats in there, just something really, really simple. Don't I separate my claps and my hats? Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I do. Sorry, I was just reading the comments on Facebook. Yeah, sometimes I separate my claps and my hats. I always tend to have the 909 just riding here in just its own track. And I tend to keep just the 909s together really, because if you were kind of using a 909, drum machine, then everything would be coming out of that one drum machine all in one go. I mean, you could sample out the hi-hat and then the clap, but I was just trying to keep them together. And also it could be just laziness. It could just be laziness, the fact that I haven't separated them out. At this stage, when I'm kind of sketching out an idea like this, I'm really not spending any amount of time trying to figure out, trying to EQ stuff and get things going. I just want to get that idea going as quickly as possible. So that's why I kind of keep it all together. So let's see if I can get some... I need to get some instrumental stuff in here, really. Something that's kind of... What we got? I really do like that. I want to turn this into a bit more of a kind of speed garagey track, maybe. Let's put that in at the start. See if we can use that. Trying to get that in time. I feel like it's trying to find the beginning of this loop. I don't really want to listen back to the original because I don't want to be clouded by, and make mine too much like the original. So I kind of just want to listen to it on its own and then try and figure my own way around it. Might have to cut that up a little bit, I think. I don't even know if that's what I'm just playing around here, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. If anybody who knows me and knows my productions, I tend to use repeated vocals quite a bit. So maybe that might work out quite nicely, actually. Let's try using that. Just want something, I'm trying to just get an idea of where I'm going with this. Yeah. Oh. That's going out of time, isn't it? I might just loop that up and make my own repeated vocal, I think. Do a loop over this. Don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? Set 1-1 here. A bit loop over 1 beat. And then put my favorite thing on here, the auto filter. I know there's no EQ on here yet, but I'm literally just playing around with ideas at the moment. I'll EQ it later. Works quite cool. I'm also going to put an LFO tool on there to really sidechain that. A bit of reverb actually as well, I think. Okay, enough of that. Let's get some stabs or bass in here. Maybe a bass. I'm going to work on a bass. Now, what am I going to jump for? I'm trying to think what I went for last time. Actually, I found some really good it was a sample pack that I found some really good bass hits from. Actually, it was the Left Wing and Cody pack. Big up to Left Wing and Cody. This sample pack is still awesome. I still use this quite a bit. Let's go for some bass hits. Ooh, that's nice. My MIDI plug turned on? There we go. Oh, have I plugged everything in? See, I've moved everything around in the studio, and now I'm not quite sure whether I've actually plugged everything in. So the squid is actually sitting here, and I can't remember if actually there's nothing coming through it. It's plugged in via USB. And weirdly enough, I'm fiddling underneath the desk, but there's actually my USB hub is now mounted to the underside of my desk in like the most logical way, obviously. Well, that's plugged in. Why is this not working? Oh, we're in trigger mode, that's why. That'd be why. That'd be why I'm an idiot. Right, so I'm going to put the squid in the key of B, because we're B minor. And change the scale to minor as well, just so it's easier for me to input. Take it down. It's such a cool bass sound. And because I always forget to hit record, I'm going to use capture on that, see what I've done. Something in that first little bit, maybe. By the way, none of this is planned. Like, none of this is in my head. I'm just playing around, messing around, seeing what I can come up with. Really off the grid. See just how badly I play instruments. A bit of a kind of groove going here. This is why it might be sounding a bit strange. It's because I've actually got the scale on and I haven't changed it to B. No, not liking that. Let's try something else. Oh, that's quite cool. I like that. Not with this beat, but definitely something in that, I think. Loop it up again. I always talk about all these shortcuts that I use and stuff like that, and I always forget them myself. Why is that not playing? Super weird. What's going on? Yeah, let's change out those drums. Change out those drums, get rid of those drums. Is it just wrong just to use that top loop all on its own? Let's find out where that is. I'm sure I have that pack. Why have I not got that pack somewhere? Colors. By the way, hello everybody who's joining me, stream watching me. Scott said, nice Ableton color scheme. Yeah, this one's the Sonic Academy theme. Sonic Academy theme for from abletonthemes.com. Plug. Yeah, I use this one quite a lot. I go between a few different ones, but I don't know. I change it every now and again. I get a bit bored. Let's have a look. Really quite like that clap. Get that clap in there. Clap. Just gonna get rid of that. What am I doing? Automating the volume. I think that's a couple of claps and maybe a snare in there, perhaps. Possibly. Don't know. Let's have a look. Let's get some hats in there, maybe hats. Yeah, I can't seem to find that right hat that I want. I'm going to put this one in for now. Just put it in for now, because otherwise I'm going to go round and round and round without finding a right hat. can't find what I want today for some reason. I'm going to put some MIDI channels in here. I'm going to try some, just can't quite find what I want. So I'm going to get some, do some individual hi-hats, I think. Because I want some hi-hats in there. Maybe some other percussion, perhaps. Maybe that will help. I don't know what I want, to be honest. I don't know what I want in life. Drum rack. And some samples. Actually, I downloaded a few really good ones the other day. What were they? The Tool Room? Was it Tool Room ones? Tool Room raw drums. They were quite good, actually. Some of these in here, get a bit of a groove going on. Put some random hats in here, no, not here, there. Who saves a hat out like that? What the hell is that at the end? What? Who's doing that? That's not right. Oh, why is it with me today? I can't find any hi-hats that I like. I've got a good groove going on within here and everything's starting to sound pretty good. But for some reason, it's just something's not coming together today. I don't know what it is. Is everybody doing all right? See a few people on the live stream. Let me have a look, see if I can jump over to the chat. How can we get access to the stems of tracks that we want to remix? Femi George has asked that. So yeah, if you are asked to do a remix or you want to do a remix of something, then of course you need to talk to the label who has the original track. They will obviously then give you the remix stems to then do it. So oh, I need a drink. Good job, I've got one here. Yeah, so if you do want to do a remix of a track, either one, the record label will approach you and say, do you want to do a remix? And if so, then they'll send you across the remix stems. If you want to do a remix for a label or a certain artist, then obviously you have to approach them and ask them about it. There are stems out there on the internet to be able to use on various different websites, some legal and some not. So yeah, just have a look over the internet and see what you can find. Also have a look out for remix contests as well. So Beatport occasionally run contests, as do I think a few others actually. Just type in remix contests and you'll find stems all over the place. But yeah, because people do remix contests, you'll probably find on the internet a whole archive of different remix stems if you look hard enough. But as for if you just picked a track at random, like from the chart or whatever, then you're not gonna be able to get those remix stems. You might find somebody who might be able to do it for you, but most of the time it will just be a case of you might be able to get hold of the a cappella, so you'll just have to do a remix from that. But with this one, it was amplified. The record label that approached me to do this remix, so that's why I've got all the stems. So look, yeah. So pull these up. Yeah, so that's why I got all of these stems kind of sent through. So Scott will have put all these stems together, and he kind of packaged them all up ready for whoever to remix. So I think it's me and somebody else, but I can't remember who else is remixing it. But yeah, it's going to be a great remix pack. I can already tell that. So the original track is awesome. Okay. So hats. Hats again. Actually, I'm just gonna take a break from hats for a moment because I'm getting a bit bored. And considering we're actually in the stems, I'm actually gonna have a listen to see if anything else goes with this. So maybe the Rhodes hit, for example. Maybe I could put this in there actually. I'm wary not to kind of use too much of the original, just kind of doing it in my own kind of way. But maybe this might work. Just trying to get the right timing of it, of course. Whoops. Oh, this is going a nightmare. What's going on here? Oh, Scott, you put loads of swing on this. Sounds great in the original. Mine's got a little bit less swing, I think, so. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually bounce this out to MIDI and then maybe redo it. Where does it start? Where's the loop start? Okay, I think that's the loop, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to take that because it's all kind of got a different swing to, or something. I think I just want to kind of change the timings of it slightly. So I'm actually going to, don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Slice to new MIDI track. Actually, no, I want to make sure that all the transients are okay first. Yeah, they're fine. Let's convert this to a MIDI track based on transients. There we go. So we should now have everything within MIDI. And now just quantize. Oh, it's so annoying. I think I would have been better with bloody audio. That's annoying. Go back to the audio. Do it. Okay. Let's move these notes around in audio. Actually, I don't think I'm going to use it. It's okay, but it's not. I don't think it's fitting in. I want to make it. I want to make something. As much as I kind of want to go kind of soulful with it, I kind of want to. I don't know. I want to take it a bit more clubby. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get an organ in there. Let's get an organ in there. Even though we ain't got a hi-hat or anything else like that yet, the most important bits. I'm just moving on to something else completely different. Let's go. I want an organ. I'm going to use the DB33. And I'm going to load in my little effect rack. Got the minor chorder, which I tend to use quite a bit, which has got all of my different bits in. If you like this, then head over to my Patreon page. This preset is on there if you want to download it. I'm going to move that to B, turn the scale on. God, that's... Hang on a second. Let's turn that down. Get the velocity. That's it. That sounds terrible. Oh, how nice does that sound? That sounds cool. You know, I said I was just making a club record. It's sounding a bit different now, isn't it? The same notes as the bass, actually. Okay, that works. Maybe just, maybe tweak it a little bit. Get rid of that one, maybe. Oh, no. Let's try looping this up. I'm still struggling to find that the right hi-hat for this. I don't know what it is. It's like recently I used to, I don't know, I go through these kind of periods where like I suppose I'm kind of known for my drums and my Dirty Secrets drums, but like occasionally I'm like I sometimes struggle with that, trying to find the right one for what I've got. I usually come up with the melody idea quite quickly, but then the drums, I'll go round and round and round again, like kind of just doing, yeah, like picking one and then going an hour down the road and then suddenly thinking, no, actually, it doesn't sound right at all. So yeah, I'm still struggling with that a little bit. Let's have a look at the comments, see what everybody's saying. Benny, hey Benny, Benny Royale is on the chat, on the Facebook chat. So this is going out on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm trying to keep up with the comments on both. Yes, there's a few people on. I think there's a few people on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube one though. The YouTube's gone strange today. I don't know what's quite going on with that. But yeah, so hi Benny, how you doing? Benny's asking about my live streaming. I'm streaming to my screen. I'm streaming to the screen. Let me start again. I'm streaming my screen and a camera as well. Yeah, I've got a 2-camera setup basically within here. So just down here, I've got a little box down there that allows me to, there's got basically about 2 or 3 different inputs in there. I do have another camera, which I haven't kind of plugged in today. I've got another little kind of zoom camera, which I usually have 3 cameras on, but I've just kind of moved this whole studio around. I'm just trying to get everything. You have no idea. I was still rewiring and wiring back today. So yeah, I managed to do this all within like just over a day, I think. So, but yeah, it's, everything's going through there. So that's the kind of the thing that I usually kind of use. That's the Blackmagic A10 Mini. Just a tiny little device. It works quite well though. And then everything is going in through my sound card. Oh my god, the routing that I've got for this live stream is amazing. I've got this mic going into my sound card, which goes into another laptop, and oh, it's a nightmare. It's a bit like a music production studio. So, Daniel said, I've created the multi-filter and minor chorder. Yes. So if you haven't seen it yet, I do have. I've got this little kind of effects pack, which is. Let me have a look. So yeah, I've got this kind of this multi-filter. So I've got the multi-filter, the minor chorder, and the Dirt plugin audio effects that I've actually made myself. So the Dirt plugin is basically it's got a saturator on it, it's got a compressor on it, it's got a vinyl drive on it, it's got a drum bus on it, and basically it's got all the different settings that I use all the time. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Hang on a second. God, how bad does that look? That looks like Fisher Price. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so this is basically my so this is Dirt. This is kind of what I usually put on top of drums, on vocals and things like that. It's got a whole load of stuff within it. Saturator, what's that noise? Vinyl noise, and I've got a compressor in there and a drum bus in there. But these are basically all the settings that I use all the time. So that's why I've kind of combined it into this audio unit. Then we've also got a multi-filter, which is basically a low pass and a high pass all combined. So you can kind of, I find myself all the time kind of using both a low pass and a high pass on my tracks. So I basically use this multi-filter, which I just drop on, and it gives me the kind of low pass and the high pass filter basically, so I can do them both together. And I've also got a reverb in there as well, because I tend to use this on a lot on breakdowns, so I'll use a little bit of reverb within it. So that's why I've kind of added that to my multi-filter. And then I also have the minor chorder, which I was using on this one, the keys. The minor chorder, now this took me ages to kind of work all this up, because this has got a scale device in it, it's got a pitch device in it, and it's got a chords and stuff. There's so many different things within this device. So like it's got 10 different chord types, all the different chords, the minor chords that I use all the time. It adds an extra bass note if you want it to. So by default, you'll obviously play your chords, but then you can then add another bass note. So a note, one semitone down, one octave down, but you can also change that to be 2 octaves down if you wanted to. It's also got the scale unit built in, and then it's also got a pitch control as well. So if you find yourself dragging a MIDI clip onto like your chords or whatever, your chord layer, and it's down a couple of octaves and you want to move it up, well, you got this kind of pitch knob which does it really quickly. But yeah, I think I did a video on it a little while back, but it's basically on my Patreon page. So if you go to patreon.com/dirty secrets, yeah, basically you can kind of back me on there. You can help support this channel if you like the stuff that I'm doing. You can go on to patreon.com/dirty secrets, and there's this kind of level on here where I give away all of my templates and everything, all of my presets, everything else like that, and they're all kind of on there. Like yeah, so like the Swiss Army knife project, which I created a little while ago. My own personal template is on there as well. The effects bundle. Yeah, there's a whole load of good stuff on there, and I'm developing more and more stuff as well to kind of put on there to kind of give out and stuff. I've got this new I've got a thing called Voxer and a Ducker as well, two different things. I'm kind of using them. I'm developing them at the moment. Kind of those are things that I use quite regularly. So yeah, I'm kind of making those up at the moment. They'll go on my Patreon as well. Let me reduce this zoom of this down because this looks ridiculous now. By the way, can you see everything okay on the screen? Hopefully it should be all right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so anyway, enough about that. Are there any more questions, actually? Let's have a look on the thing. Oh, hi, Joseph. Also, Mark, Joe, Francesco. A whole load of people keep tuning in and out. I'm sure you'll probably keep tuning in and out. It's a nice day today, so I don't blame you if you want to be outside. I just thought I'd come on and do a bit of a live stream for a little bit because I haven't done one for a little while, and I've had a whole load of issues with streaming, so that's why I kind of thought about I'd do it today. And I'm just starting this remix, kind of just working away at this remix. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it a bit more stripped back. I like that. Let's get rid of those notes there. Why is that not? Oh. I really just can't find the right hi-hat today. You know how it is? You know those days when you can't find the right hi-hat? You know, we all have them. Let's find, I'm going to go through my sample packs and see if I can find something. Let's have a look in this pack. Drum hits, hi-hat. Luckily, I've started building up a MIDI folder as well, full of loads of kind of hats that I use all the time, or MIDI clips, kind of, yeah. So, like, if I want a hat, like an offbeat hat, I can just import it straight away. Get some skippiness in that, I think. Oh, my mouse is going all over the place again. Hey, Wyatt, has anybody got this Logitech MX Master mouse? It's just, I don't know if I've had it too long and it's just going crazy for some reason, but it keeps going all over the place. It's driving me out the wall. Nice little kind of snarey thing at the end there. Yeah, we'll steal that. Just cropping this out using the volume envelopes. Tend to use the volume envelopes quite a bit these days. Just kind of crop out the bits of that loop that I want. I want to get that vocal. This mouse is doing my head in. It's really going all over the place. It's driving me nuts. I don't want that vocal to go a little bit longer. Let's loop up this. I'm doing this really roughly at the moment, and if you kind of look at me, you're probably thinking, what on earth are you doing? But like, I tend to do things really rough until I get the idea that I want. No, that's not quite. That sounds terrible. Actually, do I have that? Gospel phrase. Might want that dry. Is that dry? No, we don't have that dry. Okay. So I'm actually just going to replace this with, well, I'm going to make my own echo on it, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to make that as a loop. Join it, consolidate it. Need some echo on it. There we go. Put that hi-hat underneath it just to give it a bit of layering. These drums still aren't kind of where I want to be. and I'm going to play around with the kick a bit, give it a bit more of something. Giving some skippiness to the kick. It's kind of almost like a garagey vibe, maybe? Or I don't know if that's the thing. See, that hat is now annoying me. Everything's annoying me today. Actually, I haven't checked over at YouTube. How's everybody going on YouTube? Ivan, what computer do I use? What computer do I use? Well, it is actually a MacBook Pro. So I've got it just down there because it's in clamshell at the moment. I've got it linked up to my studio computer. This is a MacBook Pro 2015, I want to say. I think it's 2015. Let's have a look. Actually, I can have a look up here, can't I? Yeah, it's a 2015, mid 2015, 15-inch MacBook Retina with a 2.5 gigahertz processor, 16 megabytes of RAM, and that's about it really. You don't really need to know much more than that. It's literally just I kind of I only bought this like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, I think. So even though it's a 2015, I bought this brand new from Apple, I think in 2017. I basically said, I don't want your new MacBook with that touch bar because it just looks annoying. And also the fact that you don't have any real USB ports. So I was like, no, I'm not having that new one. So I literally went to I kind of just asked them if they had the old one still, or, one that actually had USB ports. And I spec'd up, I spec'd up the old model, the 2015 model, and I've just been using that ever since. And that, honestly, it works perfectly fine for me. I know a lot of people kind of will probably use a lot of VSTs and a lot of kind of processing and stuff, but for the stuff that I do, which is kind of minimal kind of instrument kind of use, I suppose the isotope stuff that I use is probably going to be the stuff that's really going to take up the most amount of RAM and processing and stuff. That's the worst. That's the worst it ever gets. It's just when I'm using those, and very rarely does it kind of crackle. I'm trying to think of what kind of latency I have on this. Oh no, it's not system preferences. Live preferences. So I've got a buffer size of 512 samples, which I could lower if I wanted to. I think I would be able to hack it. I'm running an RME Fireface 400 sound card audio interface, and that kind of works. Yeah, I say that works really well for me. It's I haven't noticed any issues. Every now and again, when I'm exporting, because I have the Electron analog heat, which you can see over there, everything runs through that. So when I'm kind of bouncing anything out, when I'm kind of rendering anything off, it has to be done in real time to go through there and come back in through the mastering channel again. So sometimes I do need to freeze tracks and load audio into RAM, all those kind of things that you do to kind of make things run a bit smoother, just so that when it does go through in real time, then it's there's not any kind of issues or anything else like that. But generally it kind of always works okay for me. So yeah, that's why I'm not too I don't need to upgrade anytime soon, I don't think. But yeah, I think the MacBook Pro works perfectly fine. Yeah, the beauty of Ableton is the fact that it does run on Mac or PC. So as much as I I love my Macs. Like, you could easily just spec up a decent PC and it'll be fine. Although I haven't used a PC in years, so I'm not quite sure on that one. I'm sure somebody will let me know on the chat. Right. Oh God, that was a bit loud. Actually, how is everybody doing? Is everybody okay on the chat? I know there's only a few people tuning in. I think there's some issues with this streaming. So I'm guessing a few people will be kind of tuning in after. I'm kind of checking YouTube comments and I'm checking Facebook comments on my phone at the moment. Is it running behind? Maybe the Facebook is really running behind. I'm just looking at all the chat. Sorry. Oh, well. Hopefully if it gives somebody some entertainment for a little while during this lockdown, then it'll be good. Right, so let's see how that's sounding. This is sounding now. I like this kind of hi-hat thing that I've done in with MIDI, but I'm just not sure about the actual sound. So I've kind of got something going on within here, like some kind of idea. I think I know the direction I'm going with this. I'm still not completely convinced on the actual drums though. Clear out those hi-hats and start again with those, because it's something about If I was smart about it, I would have actually saved off all of my drums that I usually use and just had them ready at my fingertips, but I haven't done that for a while, so I'm still going through all my top loops. See, these ones from this pack, I can't remember what this pack is, but they got some really, really decent hats. It's a little tiny percussion in there. That works really, really nicely. Just needs a hi-hat. Can a track not have any hi-hats? No, it can't. It needs a hi-hat of some sort, doesn't it? I think I'm getting bored of all these different loops. quite like that hat, not the skippiness in it. Ouch, sorry. Yeah, just that single hat's quite nice. Let's use that. That's sounding better. Let's try and speed it up a bit. I might do it to 1, 2, 5. A bit quicker. I'm gonna get rid of that vinyl Vox because I'm not sure that's taking it out now. Feel like it needs some kind of shaker in it or something to speed this up. The drums don't feel fast enough. So I don't actually know where I'm going with it now, to be honest. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's just the drums. The drums are just annoying me. I just need to get some, I just need to play around with the drums a little bit more. Actually, is it? That's. I think maybe it's the clap. Maybe it's the clap that's causing all the issue. Maybe a clap that doesn't take up so much presence. This is really, really low in the mix, isn't it? Let's try pumping everything up. Oh, actually, I bet it's because... No? I'm going to turn the volume up anyway. Actually, let's turn it on the master channel. It's probably a better idea, isn't it? Gain staging and all that. I feel like gain staging, people just use gain staging as just a term that gets thrown around all the time. Pump it up by 6 dB. Actually, I might change out the kick as well. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Actually, I need to get some vinyl noise in here. Typical kind of vinyl noise. Use this one. I use this one all the time. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Actually, I want to check across on chat. Is the YouTube chat crashed or something? I'm not actually sure what's going on with the YouTube thing, actually. Let's have a look over on my channel. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it's showing in my channel. Ooh, turn the volume off. Don't want me to come back. Yeah, picture in picture. Sorry, I'm just checking whether it's all working. See, I've had right nightmares with my stream equipment recently, trying to get the stream up and running. Seems to be going all right, actually. I think everybody's outside in their gardens, though, enjoying the nice sunny weather. I'm going to put some skippiness on those hats, actually. I'm going to drag and drop this into the MIDI channel. Put some skippy hats. So I'm going to use the same hi-hat again, but this time I'm going to play it a lot shorter. Put the groove on. Oh God, that's... Sorry. Why is everything so loud? Trying to get some more skippiness in there, but for some reason that's just not working, so I'm going to get rid of that. Let's find some more loops, I think. Let's jump into an old pack, I think. East Coast House. Yeah, let's have a look at some of these loops. Look at the percussion loops. What's going on? Oh. Oh, I quite like that vocal. If you listen to any of my stuff, you'll know there's loads of vocal shots and stuff in there. perhaps not. No, gone off that already. See, the thing is, some of the times I'm listening to top loops because I want to hear the timings of stuff. Like I can hear there's a vocal here that goes. I really like the timing of that, but not the actual thing itself. So I might just use this as a timing guide for something else. Actually, that's the same as the percussion. That's why I like it, isn't it? We had another percussion in here. That'd be why it fits in nicely then, wouldn't it? Okay, never mind then. Actually, I do want to get a vocal in there. Jump into Splice. I want actually, I wonder if I can use a Splice app. That might be a better way. I'm looking for a male vocal that I downloaded recently that is quite short. So instruments, vocals, male. Can we filter it? Can we order it by? Can we order it by length? No, we can't order it by length. So maybe we need to go to the website then. I do like the Splice app, but it's just not as feature packed as the website. So I always end up going back to the website. That anybody else who's using Splice has the same kind of thing. But yeah, I always end up going to the website and just being able to do so much more within there. So like if I go to my downloads within here, I can do all the filtering and stuff, but I can also order by time. So I'm going to filter by vocals. Male vocals. Then order by time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Break. 2, 3.
See, a lot of these, I like using these as percussion. I'm just going to play them back against with the track now.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Break.
So this one, Riff Raff. See if I can find this in my Splice. Riff. There you go, Riff Raff one shot. Try dumping. I'm just going to dump it in as an audio file, I think. I do try and do things with MIDI, but I just like working with audio too much. There we go. So I'm going to join this all into a loop and then I'm going to slightly offset it. So if you've got a sample like this that's kind of Not quite in time, but it's almost in time. You can just make it into a clip like this, turn it on loop, and then just start adjusting the start point on here to make it a bit quicker or a bit slower. That works nice. I'm going to consolidate that again so it's in the clip as it needs to be. And I can also change the timing as well to kind of work out what kind of works better. So I can kind of move it around a little bit here from here. Yeah, I just tend to like using vocals like percussion almost, which I suppose I would put it within my drums group, but I might put it in my drums group. Sometimes if I want to join it all together and make it feel part of it, then I will do. Put it in here, see how it sounds. Right, I'm going to use my dirt, because I'm using the saturator on its own here, but I'm actually going to use my own dirt plugin, dirt audio effect, rack thing. Put this dirt on here. And I love the difference this makes. Like with it turned off. And then turned on. It does add a bit of volume to it, but yeah, it just kind of really works nicely. So everything's working nicely there. I'm actually going to put, I'm going to put the analog heat on it now, I think. Let's go to, so the analog heat I tend to use quite a bit, which is this little unit sitting over here. This is kind of what I'm using a lot for my, I always put it on my master channel. Basically, I've got my interface, which is down there, and the master channel comes out of the interface into that unit and then back into the software again. So like if I set up, I've got the, where is it? Plugins. There we go. The external effect. So I'm going to put this on my master channel. And yeah, it goes out via 3 and 4 and then in via 5 and 6. Those are just the inputs and outputs on my sound card. By default, it comes in quite low. I always set it quite low. don't know if you can hear the difference between with it turned on and turned off. I'm just kind of adjusting the gains and stuff there just to make, so that there's no kind of, there's no difference in volume between turning it on and off. I just want to know what the effect is like. That's the main thing that I'm doing with the analog heat. But I always tend to put it on the master channel. And in fact, I might even try putting on the glue. I use Cytomic's glue. This is obviously within Ableton, but I tend to use the actual plugin version because I had this before it was integrated into Ableton. I love this plugin. It's one of my favorite things to just slap on the master channel. There's even a preset on here called Mastering the Glue, and I tend to use that all the time. Just again, it just glues everything together, I think, and it just works nicely, really, really nicely. In fact, let me turn the gain down a little bit. Generally, I wouldn't necessarily always put the glue and the analog heat on together, though. Like, I'll either put one or the other. And to be honest, it's usually the heat that actually wins out, because when I'm gluing stuff together, I'm either doing it with compression or doing it with saturation. And the analog heat just seems to work. Always seems to work well for that. How's everybody doing on chat anyway? Hi, Liam. How you doing? Sorry, I'm just having a look over on the Facebook chat so I can see it on there. So, hi, Liam. A few people watching. I don't know how many people are on YouTube. Some people still watching on YouTube. Julie's watching on YouTube. I don't know how many's on. It's eight people on YouTube and a few on Facebook. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this live stream thing. It's just yeah, it's a bit strange today. I'll get my setup done properly for next time. But yeah, I just wanted to try out how it was going to work with Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So yeah, I don't think they've kind of worked through all the bugs on this yet. So I might just go straight back to YouTube. So if you are watching on Facebook, come over to YouTube, youtube.com/dirty youtube.com/dirty secrets. And it's all on there. I think we're actually I think I might call it a day for today, actually, to be honest, with this idea. I don't want to work too much on it. Generally, I will spend, I'll spend like, I'll do the idea for a track on one day, and then I'll start arranging it and doing stuff with it on another day, because I get annoyed with the idea otherwise, unless I'm moving really quickly. If the idea happens within like the first hour or so, then I will move quickly and just do out the whole production. But to be honest, I think I'm going to call it a day for this one today, because I want to sit with it and then come back to it another day and kind of pick up any bits that I'm not quite sure on. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave that for today and see how, and then just go out and enjoy some sun. I'm going to go enjoy some sun that's out there today. Hopefully this has been interesting to anybody who's been watching from the start, anybody watching on catch up or whatever. Yeah, hopefully it's been interesting, and I'm going to try and do a few more of these live streams during the lockdown. I mean, I was doing them anyway. If you go to if you're watching on Facebook, go over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/dirty secrets, and you'll probably see on there's loads of live streams and stuff. I try and do one about once a week of me making something or doing whatever. Today was just a really kind of quick one. But if you head over there, and you'll be able to see all that. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A, a live Q&A this evening with my Patreon backers. So if you're backing me on Patreon, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So if you want to come along and ask me anything on that, if you're a patron, then yeah, I'll be posting the link up there for all my Patreon supporters. So yeah, I guess I'll see you all very, very soon, and take care of yourself and take care of everybody else, and be sensible with what you're buying. Don't buy too much of what you don't need. And give me some goddamn toilet rolls.